It's so funny. It's hard to describe to you how messed up Scorpion was in Injustice 1 pre-patch. Like, he's nerfed, so it's not the same, but I could maybe show you, in theory, what he used to do. Back to my old favorite. What a game. He's a character that people reference, and I think a lot of people know that he was really busted. To give you context, Launch Superman in this game was one of the most despicable characters I've ever fought in my entire life. He was not banned. Black Adam, despicable character. Like, you know, Aquaman, despicable character. He was not banned. This character came out and people immediately wanted him banned for a lot of reasons. One, about Injustice. A thing you may notice. The walk speed in this game, atrocious. You can't really walk and block in this game. If you want to get anywhere, you're dashing most of the time. So positioning yourself was not always easy. The other thing about this game is it's not a block button game. So when you want to block a move like this, Scorpion's teleport, this move you have to hold backwards to block. When Scorpion's jumping at me and I see him in the air above my head, I hold back and then I walk into the teleport. You see this? Now you see that it says a high. Now what a high means is you can hold down and duck it, right? This didn't used to be a high. The other thing that you should know about this move is that this gave him enough frame advantage that he could mix you. That he could do his overhead, he could jump over you again and then go back to the front. He could instant overhead you. This move hits on the way up. So that was an instant overhead. People said it was reactable. Yeah, they did. This is a low. Not only is this a low, it's cancelable. You could jump and then you could teleport again, then go low and then teleport. Spear him in. Or jump over, mix-ups, teleport this way. Overhead, you get to dash in and combo off this, so you could do overhead, dash up, 1-1, and then spear them again, and then do standing resets again, and then do that kind of stuff. And not only that, you can also just do instant teleport, which is a cross up, and the meter burn version of it was a mid that was like plus X on block. It was so plus on block that if they blocked this teleport correctly, you had enough frame advantage to instant overhead them again. But you could combo off this also, so you can do like this into spear, and then do this and then instant overhead again. And he could whiff cancel also, so things like this were real. As he jumps over you like this, he crosses to the other side, he can teleport like this. He could also do jump cross up low. He could also do jump cross up into cross up this way. On top of that, he had way higher damage. Whenever he like speared you in and stuff, he could do this and like pop this. This is a standing reset as well. And then it does like damage over time when he's next to you. You see it's unblockable. Disney fans, eat your heart out. Unblockable damage over time that he could do. It was hard to describe how insanely powerful his mix-ups were. The other person was basically just not playing the game for a large portion of the round each time. You would spend the whole round like this. You couldn't really do anything because the walk speed is so slow. If you ever stop crouch blocking and you start doing anything, he has a full screen teleport that started his mix. He has a spear that's a high that goes full screen that gives him a combo if it hits you, and then he had an unblockable homing projectile that looks like this. So he would just hit you with this over and over, and then once he got bored, he would do this and then teleport in and do whatever he wanted to do. He also has this into meaty unblockable. Everything about him was just outrageous. And then they nuked him into like the worst character in the game, basically. They were like, our bad, our fault. We messed up, let's get rid of him. I mentioned that he has the unblockable, but the real degenerate one in this game is Black Adam. Black Adam's unblockable in this game is his trait. This is the startup of his trait. Remember Dizzy's wings? 10 seconds to pop before the unblockable damage. That's how fast it is. And not only that, but it just immediately hits, and each orb does 4% unblockable damage. And anytime you do a combo, this is a move that you can cancel. You know, he just always does that, and it's free damage. You know, he has great zoning. He has this cloud, which when it hits you, he can check you after with this. And then he's like, oh, I have my trade back. And then he just dive kicks in at you, and it does 12% unblockable damage, plus the dive kick chip. And the dive kick itself, it was plus on block launcher, this dive kick, that would do unblockable damage because you have the trait. In Injustice 2, they gave him all of this back. When you're on a pixel of life, he would sit full screen and do this. What are you gonna do? How fast is the trait recharge? I'll show you. I'll let it run out. I think it's like probably 8 seconds or something, and then it just comes back and you can just do it for free. Maybe 6 seconds or something. But this is the actual cooldown of it. Another Sajam slam? No. Not for this game. Lobo does have a shotgun. That's true. He also has standing 3, which is probably the best round start move in the game. This is also plus on block. Yeah, that's sort of it. He did do a lot of damage, especially with like this kind of stuff. Yeah, he has like high damage in combos. He was not very good. What about Cyborg? Cyborg was good for one thing. That's it. So you can run away and shoot more fireballs. The stages are huge in this game, and you spend a lot of time chasing people. He didn't really do anything else. Street Fighter 6 could use these stages. Please no. Imagine chasing Guile and fucking Dulcim and JP on this stage. This stage is a nightmare. Especially for the actual zoners of the game. Dude, this character would start the round by jumping and throwing an unblockable at you for 18% and then doing this. And this shit homes too, even if you jump. He got the JP? You mean JP got the Aquaman? Why do you think people called him an NRS character? Look at how much damage it did. 30% into meaty. That one actually anti-aired him. There's other characters with so much better zoning even, actually. Like Martian, this is the character I played. You want to talk about the Joker? This is actually my Joker moment. I was playing Nightwing and people kept saying how good he was. And then I swapped to this character who was way better and immediately did way better. So it's like close, mid, far, full screen. He has an overhead projectile that does 8% on hit and combos into this. This is an anti-air that you can combo off of. So you do this into this. I'm like, well, he can't play the game. Because like if he jumps forward, he gets anti-aired by this. So he just has to eat the chip. This is also a safe overhead launching teleport from full screen. That's not hype. Fun for one. Yeah, I don't give a fuck about the other person. He's also a power character, which means he could do that kind of stuff. And because he was a power character, he could like hard knock you down, like with things like this, and then just he has this move to cover all this space, and then throw that, so you can't even air dare him. That's a combo, by the way. This is 30%. He has air dash mix, which that doesn't seem that scary, but you can do things like this into close orb, into this, into air dash like that. Now we're talking. This character, he's got to be like one of my favorite characters ever. He is so fun. Yeah, people would break if they had to deal with this character today. There's like so much insane tech for this game and wild stuff too. This game has just so much random shit. Batgirl, I showed Batgirl last time I showed off the game. Fun game.